Welcome to episode 143 of Soccer Over Gotham. This is the East Coast Best Coast edition. We have a great show for all of you on this episode. A sleepy Gotham gets 1 point out of Bay FC, and they end a 3-game road trip as the best road team in the league. And we have some good and some bad updates about the roster. Gotham locks in another talented rookie as for an extension, and then loses a player to injury. Just how much this roster is slated to return next season, we will talk about it. Whose contract is ending at the end of the season, we'll take a look. Then we'll have some quick thoughts on the game against Bay FC. What is it going to take for Gotham to make the playoffs? Does it involve Gary's magic number 33? And we're still scoreboard watching as we look around the league. Nearly every result fell Gotham's way for 3 straight weeks. Let's keep it up. And we will preview a 6-pointer this Friday against the Portland Thorns at home. Very excited. It's going to be a great game. Can't wait. And if we have time, we're going to do a little fun and pick our Gotham 7v7 lineups. Who goes number 1? I think I know, but we'll see. We have what I like to call a power panel. So best friend of the show, Jenna Tonelli, and Amanda Westlake are here. How are you both?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Yes. How are you, Jenna?
I'm doing well. A little tired today. I was just telling the gang I just woke up from a little nap.
Yeah.
So.
Do you know I've never taken a nap in my adult life. I cannot.
I was going to say in your whole life, I feel like you've probably
as a
taken
kid,
a nap.
but for some reason, no matter how tired I am, I lay down and I close my eyes and I think that I'm going to go to sleep, and then I just stay like that for hours.
I totally got that. I don't love taking a nap. I've just laid down. I between finishing work and hopping on here, I laid down and I was like, just 5 minutes, and all of a sudden it was an hour, and I was like, oh crap.
Yeah. Sounds lovely though.
Now I'm groggy but no, it was nice.
Yeah. So the second season, I think we did this podcast. I did crunch the numbers. And I came up with the magic number of 33 as the number needed to make the playoffs. And I fact-checked myself, and since the past 5 seasons we've been covering this team, the lowest points needed to make the playoffs has been 31, which was Gotham, and the highest was 34. So I think, fact-checked, pretty likely that 33 points is the number to make the playoffs, so which means Gotham is 2 points away from doing that. But this season, who knows, right? This table's just been absolutely wild. There's so many teams fighting for those final spots.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how, obviously Kansas City is having the season of a lifetime.
Right.
And then the rest of the table is just fighting for those last 7 spots, with the exception of Spirit, who's pulling away a little bit, but still catchable.
Indeed. And we are closing in on 150 episodes, which is wild to me. Wow. As someone who didn't think I had a lot to say, 150 episodes is a lot. It's a lot of talking. So we're going to start prepping for the 150th show. I'm going to try to get another player for that show. And I want to bring back a former guest who's off doing interesting things, and I want to get her back on and tell more of her story.
But I'm already here.
I know. No, I'm kidding. I know. No, and then so we got that going, and Soccer Over Gotham outside the box is growing. We did our first Brooklyn FC player interview. Now we're going to do Brooklyn FC's GM on Thursday. We reached out to the New York Sirens, and they said they were super excited to work with us, and they're going to send us a GM and a local player as well. So more of that coming. I'm happy about that. We grow the sport together. It's always been the mission of this podcast, not just to grow women's soccer, but to grow women's sports in general. So a rising tide lifts all boats, essentially. Now, speaking of local sports, today the Liberty, who we follow, decided not to renew their head coach for next season, it's wild. This is a coach who's won 2 championships with 2 different teams and just won last year. Jenna, I know you follow the Liberty. What do you think?
No, I was really surprised. And actually, I was working, and my wife comes into the room, and she's like, Sandy Brondello. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And she's like, she's not coming back. I was like, what? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's always like, obviously I'm not super plugged in with the Liberty like I am with Gotham, so I don't know what's going on over there, but like I was pretty surprised, and what a bummer. I liked her. I mean, she was the winningest coach in Liberty history, and yeah, the season didn't go as planned, but also like everybody was injured, so I don't know. I mean, maybe they've got someone like really really amazing lined up, but the players seem to really like her, so bummer.
Yeah. Yeah, and the two expansion teams are coming in, and they don't have coaches yet, so I'm sure she's going to be fine. I'm sure she'll probably
Yeah.
But it's interesting about Liberty is that they only have, I think, 2 players on roster for next season, and none of them are the big 5 players. I think they have 2 players like come off the bench, but Stewie is not on the roster. Sabrina's not on. John Quell's not on roster. I think Natasha's contract is up this season, so they got a lot of work to do. We know Stewie's coming back. Yeah, indeed.
I love Stewie.
And fans, are there some of these people who are a little bit more plugged into Liberty than I am? Are there any like New York Liberty podcasters that you enjoy? We might want to talk to them. So if there's any like shows or anything, Jen, did you know any Liberty podcasts?
Well, I know Miles. You know Miles, who covers the Liberty. You've probably seen him on Twitter. Him and his colleague Owen, they have a podcast. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's like Liberty specific, but it's definitely like women's basketball. But they're awesome. I think it's called Pull Up with Miles and Owen. Yeah.
All right.
So recommend them. Recommend following Miles. He's the best.
Indeed. And another team, the team we were talking about earlier, Brooklyn FC, this Sunday at home, they are playing Fort Lauderdale, and Fort Lauderdale has Stella. They have Princess, who I don't think has made an appearance yet for them. Also has former Gotham trainee player Raji and not that Julia Grasso. 3 p.m. At home in Brooklyn. So if you get it in the air, go check them out. Give us a scouting report on those players. And you can also check them out on Peacock as well. Follow us on YouTube. That's where all these interviews are going to be. The Brooklyn FC interview is going to be exclusively on YouTube and not on the podcast. So follow us there. Let's get on to some Gotham news. It's something that I've been asking for about a month and a half. We got it. Harper is here to stay. A new deal for her. She's got her contract extended to the 2026 season. Just excited for the future of this young talent. Just very, very happy. Amanda, your thoughts on Harper staying for another year?
Yeah, I think she's been great when playing for Gotham, especially when she's gotten the chance to shine in some of the midweek games in the W Champions Cup. She had a great goal against Chicago earlier in August, another one that was really impactful against Monterey. And yeah, I think it's great that we're keeping depth, signing rookies who are staying. And yeah, I think she's a great addition.
What about you, Jenna?
I was just thinking the other day about how strong Gotham's entire rookie class is this year, and it's such a difference in what we've seen from Gotham or kind of any NWSL team because of the draft. And now without the draft, you get rookies who, might not be the rookie of the year contender, but are still like strong contributors to the team with clearly high ceilings. And Kaya Harper to me is like that player who is just clearly such a strong part of Gotham's puzzle. So really excited to see her extend. Like Amanda said, she's shown exactly what she can do on the pitch, and I think the ceiling is really high for her. So very happy.
Yeah, speaks to Gotham scouting. They picked.
Yes.
They have not missed this season with the players coming out of college, which is awesome. And now Gotham has all of their roster players signed on for at least 2026, except for 4 players. We have Jace, whose loan is ending. We have Duran, whose contract now ends March next year. We have Purse, who's an unrestricted free agent, and Ella Stevens has a mutual option, meaning that if the player and the team agrees, they can extend their contract for another year. Just your thoughts on Gotham. I mean, locking up everybody. This is a really, really good thing.
Yeah, it's funny because I kept, the team will be like, oh, news coming, and it's like another extension. I'm like, good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very happy to see that, and it means that the team is comfortable in their direction and the players want to stay. So those are both 2 really, really good things. Obviously, Midge and Ella are 2 players that I really want to see stay at Gotham as well. two players that also have been dealing with a lot of injuries. Midge more than Ella, although Midge is, plays, obviously playing more this season, and Ella has been out for a bit. But I really also hope they either extend Ella's mutual option or she re-signs a new contract and that Midge signs another new contract, because honestly, to me, Midge is kind of one of the faces of this team. So it's hard to imagine this team without her. So otherwise, though, I think Gotham's doing really good business with their players.
Yeah, totally agree. I think it's a really good thing that players are staying at Gotham, especially as we saw a lot of turnover the past 2 off seasons. To potentially not have that again could be really good for the team. And yeah, I think Midge is amazing, such an important part of Gotham, and just watching her in the wing of the last game and her ability to dribble past defenders, create chances is something that Gotham really needs. And so definitely hope that she's staying.
Yeah, the only true winger on the team, and as long as Gotham has the money, they should obviously it should work for both. I can't imagine her getting the minutes that she wants with a team that's going for a championship every season. So it's whether she wants maximum money or she wants to win a championship. One of those two things. Hopefully, she chooses winning a championship over the max money, because I don't think Gotham has max money. Maybe they do. They keep finding money somewhere. They keep turning over every couch cushion. They somehow found like $1 million and a quarter to get Jaden Shaw. All right.
I know. Somebody tweeted, I can't believe Gotham had $1 million. And then I was like, well, not anymore.
Yeah, right. They must have maxed out that credit card. They must have.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
But worth it.
Yeah. And I'm also thinking about, this team that they have returning for 2026 and adding Davidson back in the lineup is, oh, wow, that sounds awesome to me.
I know. Oh, they really miss Davidson back there. I just imagine what that goal differential would be if they had her.
Yeah. Be in the Kansas City territory.
Yeah.
And on the sad side, Taryn Torres tore her ACL for the second time. It was a left knee this time. I do not recall. I looked. I could not figure out if it was her left or right knee last time. Jenna, do you have any idea? I can't remember.
This is her opposite knee.
Opposite knee. Okay.
I confirmed that. Yes, it's her opposite knee. Yes. So now she's done both, unfortunately.
To me, who's torn my ACL twice, the same one, for me, it's like better to do get the that means like her right one is holding, which is good. Doing the same one over and over that's where trouble starts happening. But hopefully she can get better, and she's been through this before with the club. And yeah, Amanda, your thoughts on losing Taryn?
Yeah, it's just so tough to see. It's awful injury for anyone, and especially Taryn has been a pretty good player for Gotham this year. And seeing her miss a season and then come back and then play and then be out again is just really hard.
Mm-hmm.
No, I totally agree with that. I just remember when she came to Gotham, and it was during that 2022 season of hell.
Yeah.
Which I was thinking about the other day when they tied Portland 3-3 and denied them the Shield, because they're playing Portland this weekend, and I was just thinking about that a little bit. That's so fun. But she, to me, during that season was like the bright spot, because you could see a player that was like very Allie Long like, and was going to maybe take over that mantle, and it's just this injury after injury now is just really, I hope it doesn't derail her and her career, because she's such a good player and clearly Gotham really likes her. So I'm so bummed for her. I'm sure she's devastated. And hopefully we see her back on the pitch next season.
Can't have a better role player than Taryn. And even when she was injured last time, I know the coaches always made a note of, she was always hanging out in the back. She was always learning film. She was helping the coaches, helping the players. Mm-hmm. She's just a great player to be around their locker room. And she's always a good teammate and a talented player. And she does everything the coach asks her to do. And she's just probably a dream to coach. And sad to lose her, but we got her for a little bit longer. So hopefully she gets healthy, gets back. And Jenna, question for you though. Now that Gotham has lost Neely Martin and Taryn Torres in 2 weeks, are you a little concerned about the midfield depth?
It's a great question, and I was thinking about this because when the team signed Jalen Howell, I was like, well, that's interesting because she's exactly the same profile as those two players, especially Neely, but now she's been playing more, higher up and not in that standard 6 role, and she's been doing really well there. I mean, she's scoring goals and creating chances, and so I don't know what, I think Gotham is now lacking a little bit in that area of depth, because, which is such an interesting thing to say, because at the beginning of the year I was like, oh my god, they have like so many 6s, like what the heck. So yeah, maybe they can bring, make a trade or sign somebody. I don't know. I don't really know what the deal is with all the trade windows.
Yeah, kind of pushes the acceleration of Jaden Shaw into the lineup pretty quickly.
Oh yes.
Your thoughts, Amanda, on this midfield with adding Jaden Shaw?
Yeah, so we've seen for the past few weeks, Jaden, and Rose play all together. I like that formation. I think it works. It seems like Rose and Jaden have been able to play well together. I know there was a concern in North Carolina with Jaden and Ashley Sanchez kind of playing the same position, and people said that it didn't really work out that much. But I'm optimistic about this. I don't think that Jaden needs to necessarily start every game. She's integrating in for the last half of this season. We only have a little while left, but I'm really optimistic. I love Jaden as a player. I think she's great, and I think that her ability to cut through lines, create chances, I think that it's really amazing. And especially being a player that's younger than Rose not always being healthy, I think that it's a really good signing for Gotham.
And also,
that's a good point. And sorry, just not to cut you off. I wanted to pick up on something Amanda said, which was really interesting about Jaden Shaw and Ashley Sanchez and how that didn't really work in North Carolina. But something that I think is really interesting about Gotham, and I think why this is going to work exactly like you said, Amanda, is that it almost kind of doesn't necessarily matter what position you start on in the beginning of the game. Like it. It's like you kind of have to in Gotham's style of play, like pick up on those other positions, and all of the players have gotten really, really good at that. So you can have those players on at the same time who are maybe positionally very similar, and it'll look very, very different than what like a North Carolina was trying to do. So it's a really interesting point. Although I would like to see more. I still want to see Sarah Shapansky in there. I'm kind of, the Rookie of the Year stuff is going to start. The talks are going to start, and I'm really torn between Lily and Sarah because I wish they could both win because they've been both incredible.
I think Hasbro has done very well in the midfield too, and I think she's an improving player, but I think Gotham's going to be okay. Do we want to talk about the Ballon d'Or? Question, Amanda, do they discount NWSL players?
I think absolutely yes. Looking at this list, in the NWSL players, we have Marta at 12th, Band at 14th, Chwinga at 17th, and Esther at 22nd. I think that's ridiculous. There's no way that almost all the best players in the world play in Europe.
Yeah.
Preach.
Jenna?
Absolutely preach. I mean, look, these awards are kind of silly. It's a French award. I actually was watching CBS's coverage of it, and Darian Jenkins, former NWSL player, was on the desk, and she was making some interesting points, is that where the men's game have twice the amount of journalists voting than the women's does. And what that does is it artificially shrinks the pool of what people are watching. So you don't really have like the same like breadth of knowledge about the women's game, and I really think that a lot of these people are not watching the NWSL. So when you have a player like Chwinga, who is absolutely killing it for club and is probably the best player in the world, if not top 10 for sure, but doesn't have like a strong national team that's like on the world stage, in the same way that like England is, or getting the same attention rather, I should say. So I think the NWSL is really discounted because it clearly, with the positions that you find these players in, are not what I think lines up with reality. It's just not what these people are paying attention to. Like the voters are clearly not like paying attention to it in the same way. So that's very frustrating. And why is Marta not top 10? She literally won 2 trophies. I just think it's silly. And and Bonmati is an amazing player, but I don't get it. And why is Chloe Kelly in the top 5? So all right. So anyway.
Yeah, I am 100% on board with all of that. Yeah, they obviously discount NWSL players and non-European players. It stinks. Now, let's get over to this game. All eyes, I think, were on Gotham's forward Esther Gonzalez, who is heading neck and neck for the Golden Boot race with Chawinga. Esther has been the only consistent scoring threat for Gotham throughout this season. And against Bay FC, where Gotham has done pretty well so far, they won the last 3 matchups leading into this game. They've won 9-2 as far as goal differential against Bay FC recently, and Bay FC was determined to change that, and they announced before the game that their head coach is not going to be renewed for next season, or he's stepping away for next season. So there's some issues there at Bay FC. They are below the playoff line. They're trying to get into the playoffs. I think the main points from this game is this is the end of a 3-game road trip led to San Diego, to Vancouver, and to Bay. So Gotham looked tired. This was a tough road schedule. Even if you take it's an academy team, they played their backups, whatever, but not really. And yeah, it's just a lot of travel. Just your thoughts on just this crazy road schedule, and ending up, getting 7 points from 3 games.
Yeah, not bad. I was actually a little concerned about this Bay game because of everything you just said, Gary.
Yeah.
This really long West Coast trip that they were on. At a certain point, it doesn't really, in the NWSL, like where you stand in the table really has no bearing on who's going to win the game. So, you always have that aspect of it. And then plus just the exhaustion of that kind of trip is really tough. So I think, coming away with a point, even though it's disappointing because, Bay is a lower table team, I think is fine, in the grander scheme of things. And I'm actually a little concerned for their game on Friday because they played Sunday and then they come back and then all of a sudden now they're back at training and then they go play on Friday. It's a very short week. So that's going to be, I think that travel schedule is really, really tough.
And what's your thoughts, man? You're coming into a game where Gotham has not played well against teams below the line.
Yeah, it was a tough game to watch. Just saw Gotham couldn't really keep up in time, seemed a bit tired, like you said. Didn't keep possession as much as they should. The goal that they scored, which was Esther to Rose Lavelle, that was a good goal. But then Jananji coming in, especially in like the 60th minute, had a ton of energy. Definitely, Gotham's defense couldn't keep up there. But yeah, it's tough not to see Gotham get all 3 points, but it seems like the team is definitely in a better place than they were in August when they were losing, tying a lot more. And so, being in 3rd place on the table, that is definitely a good sign, even if it's only a goal difference. And hopefully they can keep it up and get back there.
Let's talk about that goal. This was Esther telling everybody on the team, saying, "This is how I want the ball."
Hilarious.
Great pass from Esther to Rose. And what's interesting about the goal from Rose is that from where she took the shots, it was like a 0.37 expected goal. So it's not a good angle to get a goal from. But if she got it on frame, it jumps up to almost like a 0.7 something expected, 0.70 expected goals. So where she put it, 70% of the time, keeper's not stopping that. Beautiful shot from Rose. Just shows the amount of attacking talent we have and how Rose can rise to the occasion and lift any team. Your thoughts on Rose's goal, Jenna?
No, it's what you love to see from Rose Lavelle scoring, and I love what you said about Esther. This is how I want the ball. It was a perfect pass. I've watched that highlight on repeat several times because it was just, like a beautiful play. So I also, when Esther got the assist, I was like, okay, good, because that's a tiebreaker for the Golden Boot. So even though she didn't score, I was like, okay, we're getting on the board a little bit, because in the beginning of the year at Sports Illustrated, we did, like way too early predictions for the year. And I said Esther Golden Boot, and everybody made fun of me. They were like, oh, you're being like a homer or whatever. And I was like, I don't know. I feel something in the air. And so I usually don't like care that much about being right about this kind of stuff, but I really want to be right about this. So keep it up, Esther. Keep it up.
No doubt. And then I think for the second half, bringing in Kudananji, I think we got to see why Bruninha is used sparingly as a defensive back against some of the faster and more dominant attackers. Because Kudananji kind of turned her around a couple times, caught inside, played. It's a gorgeous goal. I'm sure that was probably like a 0.90 on target expected goal. That was just amazing. Berger, who's never out of position, didn't get anywhere close to this ball. Beautiful far post ball. Just a wonderful, wonderful goal. And you noticed as soon as that happened, maybe a couple minutes later, Mandy switches with Bruninha. Then Kudananji's quiet for the rest of the game. So you can see that like Bruninha is amazing going forward. She might be better suited as a midfielder in this system against the faster attackers, just not quite able to handle them at this moment. Maybe she grows and gets better, but that was a little bit frustrating to watch. But Gotham finished the game strong. I think they finished with full momentum. I feel like all the subs. I think Gabby, Sarah, Mandy, and Katie did a fantastic job closing out this game and getting a point on a tough game on the road against a decent Bay FC team. Mandy, any thoughts on Bernini and Kudananji?
Yeah, I would agree with you, saying that she just couldn't keep up. I think that I've been really impressed with her attacking ability for the past few weeks. She's been playing a bit more, especially in the Vancouver game. She had a great goal, was creating a lot of chances there, putting in some good passes. But yeah, we've also seen her on the wing a few times earlier in the spring when some of our wingers, Gabby, Midge, were injured, which was an interesting change. I know Gotham likes to change things up a bit sometimes, so maybe we could see that again. Maybe she's more of a substitute player coming off the bench for Mandy and Lily, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was the game against Washington last season where Rodman kind of ran her over a couple times, where I think that planted the seed in Amos's head that maybe she can't handle these faster, stronger wingers, and she hasn't played against any of them for a little while, and then finally she gets against one, and that's what happens. However, I think the road trip was a success. 7 points in 3 games, retained third place, like Amanda mentioned earlier. I think Gotham is still an excellent road team. They get to go home and hopefully get a little bit of rest, just because Portland's coming to town. Post-game quotes from Lily Rio, which I thought was interesting. She said there's a lot to take out of this one, positive and somewhat negative. There's a lot we have to build on, and we know that our standard needs to be a little bit higher, especially defensively. Just coming out of this with different takeaways, we can dominate a little bit more possession-wise off the ball. How can we trap teams and just eventually regain the ball a little bit better? For us, we've been fortunate enough to score goals each game, but coming off the break, we knew we wanted to strive for the playoffs, and to do that, we're just going to have to keep pushing here. Obviously, happy to come away with a point, but we wanted more out of that. And I think that encapsulates all the fans' thoughts and us as commentators on it. On stats-wise, I think the most interesting stat was Gotham really didn't create chances in this match. They held a lot of the ball. They moved it around a lot, but a total expected goals of 0.91, and almost half of that was one goal. Rose's shot on goal. So that part is tough. Full-time thoughts. Hero of the match. Fans thought Lavelle, 67%, was the hero of the match over Astaire, Reel, and Howell. Do you agree, Amanda?
I agree with that. She had a great goal. I think that Rose is just one of those players who makes a big difference when on the field.
Yeah. Jenna?
So my hot take on these polls are it's usually the goal scorer who gets them, but I don't always think that that's the player of the match. Obviously, like, you need the goal to win, so, like, I get it. But sometimes that's not the case. Here, I don't know. I think it's hard to say, but she, like, blew it out of the water on this, and obviously the goal was incredible, so, like, I get it. So, I don't know. I'm just on, like, a little bit of a soapbox about, like, it's not always the goal scorer who's the player of the match, but I get it.
I'm with you. But on a night when Gotham was sleepy most of the time, the goal counts. Jump into the standings. This is wild. So KC wins the Shield. Good for them. And then Washington is still 6 points from Gotham. They were not able to separate from Gotham, so we still got some chance to catch up to them. We still got about 6 games left. Every other result basically fell Gotham's way again for a third straight week. Gotham is now tied with Portland and San Diego. They drew, which couldn't be better for Gotham. Gotham still holds the goal differential at +4 on Portland and +6 on San Diego, so that's a good sign. Seattle dropped points. Orlando dropped points. North Carolina claiming that 8th spot in the table as Houston climbed. Racing Louisville finally dropped below the line. Angel City, Bay, Utah, and Chicago. It's been I'm gonna say it's been fun to watch Chicago and Utah in these past couple of weeks. They've been giving up. They haven't given up yet, so good for them.
Once Gotham Paige Monahan has been heating up for Utah.
Yeah, Gotham players get hot at the end of end of the season. So Monty Dorsey, Paige Monahan, Mike Tani, Jenna Bike, all them. Yeah, they're killing it. So let's jump over to scoreboard watching. Let's see what we got to figure out for this week. First game of the weekend is Gotham against Portland. Obviously, we're winning that one, so that helps.
Oh, okay. We don't even need to go.
Then KC and Chicago. I don't care. Let's go Chicago. Let them let them get another win. Get their hopes up.
Well, not to interject here, but it's interesting. What does Kansas City do now that they clinched the Shield, right? Like they're kind of in an interesting spot with 5 games left to go and not wanting to risk injuries but wanting to keep form. I mean, or I'm pretty sure someone can fact check me on this. Orlando's first game after clinching the Shield was against Gotham, and they lost.
Yeah.
And it broke their unbeaten streak last year. So it's I always find it interesting. Okay, you clinched the Shield, like now what? So Chicago could win.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. Both Orlando and Chicago and KC use the same lineup almost every match. Like it's the same players, so they really don't utilize their bench much at all. So maybe they start playing their bench players. Maybe they're vulnerable. We'll see what happens because I think Chicago has a chance here. We'll see. San Diego and Orlando. That's an interesting one.
Yes.
Do we want Orlando to get their groove back a little bit and take down San Diego, who is now our Meteor, right? I guess draw.
They can tie.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, I think we go for a draw on that one. Racing Louisville, Angel City, shrug. What do you think? What do you think, Amanda?
I just want good things for Neely Martin. So
yes,
just rooting for Neely to have a good game.
Yeah. What do you think, Amanda?
I don't know. Yeah, not the most interesting game, I guess.
Yeah, let's go Angel City. Let's go. Okay, and then we got Bay FC and Utah Royals. Shrug. Let's go Utah.
Another Page goal. That's what I want there.
Yes. Washington Spirit and Houston Dash.
Houston.
We got to root for Houston. Let's go Yasmin Ryan. She had a great goal last week. Then Seattle and North Carolina, I guess, root for the draw.
Yeah.
So Gotham, Portland Thorns coming to town on Friday, 8 p.m. Sports Illustrated Stadium. Watch it on NWSL Plus and MSG. Gotham returns for a Friday night footy showdown against formidable Portland Thorns. Now the teams are tied on points. It's going to be a huge matchup. We talked a little bit about it earlier, but Amanda, what are your thoughts on Portland coming to town? What's Gotham got to do?
It'll be an exciting game, especially so close to points. In last time when we went to Portland, that was a really tough loss, 4-1. So I think maybe a little bit of redemption. We'll see. We also played Portland in the quarterfinals last year. And they played a pretty defensive game there, but we were able to win. So yeah, we'll see what happens. They have some talented players. Should be a good game.
Jenna,
I totally blocked out that 4-1 game.
Yeah.
I mean, Gotham need to pick up points here. Like, obviously, a win would be better. A draw still, puts them above Portland, which is important for how close these top spots are, or just a playoff spot in general. Because 3 weeks ago, I was writing in my Substack that like Gotham might not even make the playoffs at all if they kept up that run of form. But it's just so NWSL that it's like, okay, 3 weeks you could be like on the outs, and then 3 weeks later you're like, oh, now we're third. So that's the NWSL. So this is going to be really, these are big points on the table right now. The end of the season, a team you're tied on points with. Gotham and Portland usually have pretty good matchups, so it should be a good game. But everyone's going to have to really step up and hopefully use that home advantage to get the win and try to finish out the season strong against a top opponent.
Yeah, this is a team that Gotham may have to face again. So. Get it out of the way. Let's get a win. Let's get it going. Any manifestations for this game?
An Esther goal.
I'm with you on that.
Come on, girl.
Amanda?
I don't know. Good fan turnout.
Yeah. Friday night should be a nice night. It's like, it'll be like 80 degrees. Supposedly no rain. Let's go for it.
I'm hoping for that too.
Random thoughts. I saw this posted by the NWSL Twitter account, and it was data done by Vision Insights Data. Who are they? I have no idea. But they looked at the data of like what's the most popular team per state.
Oh,
and
yes, I saw
found this pretty interesting and funny at the same time. First, Gotham. Geography is not my strong suit, so I had to on the show notes put like a map of the United States with the actual names of the states on there, because the whole middle of the country,
Gary,
I could
LOL.
I could never figure out the middle of the country. Iowa, Nebraska.
I can name all of the states.
Can you?
In ABC order.
You can too, Amanda?
I don't know. My friends and I actually did a fun game where we were given like a blank map, like no state borders, and we had to draw all the state lines.
Oh,
yeah.
I love stuff like that.
I was never good at geography. Seattle rain, Montana, Wyoming, Idaho. So Montana, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington. Gotham has New York, Pennsylvania, Vermont, which is good. And then what I thought was one of the interesting ones was Boston. So Boston's got, Maine, Rhode Island. And then in the middle of the country, North Dakota for some reason. What is the connection between North Dakota and Boston? Any clue?
I feel like they must have just had like only 5 people fill out the form.
Maybe.
I wonder if they're looking at like Google metrics, like search terms. I should ask somebody over there how they put that together, because I think you're totally right. Like maybe just like one day, like 20 people just Googled Boston Legacy FC, and then that was it.
Yeah, could be. That's interesting. Another thing I thought was funny is that the shining city on the hill. The team that the NWSL put so much stock in as the golden star, the golden child, Angel City, is nowhere to be found on this map.
I was shocked. That was interesting. I did not expect San Diego to have more than Angel City.
Yeah.
I wonder if the shine has fallen off a little bit now. I think Angel City is a great team, great organization, great players, like all that. But I think there was a lot of expectations put on for this team, and it's they're just kind of falling into the groove of being just an NWSL team. I mean, they do great with fan engagement. I think they're one of the best community builders in the league with their fans and their community, but. I think they had a lot of expectations, and it's just kind of like regressing to the mean of other teams. But it was interesting that San Diego was clearly. I just got to know what is this data? That's what I need to see, because depending on what metrics you use, it could be totally different. So
who knows?
It's a hot take.
And Chicago has a ton of territory. I mean. Like 10 different states. It's just wrapped around Racing Louisville. That was interesting. I was surprised Orlando doesn't have more territory than the Courage. The Courage won. They were like dominating the league for like 6 years. So I think established their foothold there.
And the Chicago Red Stars Stars as well were very good back in the once upon a time.
True. I know when I interviewed the Angel City chicks on the podcast, maybe like 2 seasons ago when they first started, they were like, we're marketing FC. Like they said that, not me. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I'm so surprised by them. Like, why is Gotham getting all the players? Like, did you tell me they have no pool over there for star players? I don't know. It's weird.
I'm cracking up at this map in here.
Yeah. I don't know what the middle of the country is. I've never been there. I have.
I
I
guess
have.
I've only ever been to. I mean, I've been to Kansas City and I've been to Louisville for
Yeah.
NWSL, but otherwise, no, me neither.
No, like Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa, like I you put them all together. I have no idea.
I was talking to someone from South Dakota the other day, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I've ever talked to anyone from South Dakota before."
Right?
Yeah.
What is even out there?
I don't know. It's probably beautiful.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. All right. We're going to have some fun. I thought we'd pick our Gotham FC 7v7's rosters. So we're going to do a bit of a draft. How do you want to do? It's going to be all going to 7 rounds. We're going to pick our top players all the way through the roster. And any player, even if they're injured, can make this roster. Just has to be.
Okay, let's go by age order, and youngest goes first, so that's me, obviously.
Okay. Oh, no.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
So
23.
just pull this up here.
He's like, I'm not humoring you.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay, random draft order. I'm last. Amanda, Jenna, and Gary. So, okay, so it's gonna be you first, Amanda. You get the top pick.
Ooh.
I'm a little curious about this one. Is I think we all know who's going first. I think.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah.
Wait, Gary, are you gonna write it down in this chart for us?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So I think I know who's going first. I'm curious to see where Anne Catherine goes in this thing, because usually it's like like you do like the NFL fantasy drafts. Have you guys ever done that? Like the kickers always kind of go last.
Yes. Yes.
So, but yes, I wonder where where Anne Catherine Berger is going to be in this list. So, do you want to pick first, Amanda? Who are you taking as your top pick out of all the entire Gotham roster?
I think I have to go with Esther. She can score goals. She's amazing. I don't know a lot about how 7v7 differs from just regular soccer, but I imagine scoring goals is probably also an important thing there.
Yes. The way 7v7 usually works, it's just condensed field, and usually you go with the 2 defenders, 3 midfielders, and a striker. But obviously for us, it could be like a central midfielder and 2 central midfielders. Could be an attack, 2 attackers, 3 attackers, whatever you want to do. You want to go full offense and go all attackers, that's fine too.
See, this is really funny, Gary, because that's exactly what I expected, but I know that's not what you expected.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
Nope. Jenna, who are you taking?
Rose Lavelle.
That's who I figured it was going to be number one.
I know. If I was first, I was going to also pick us there.
Were you really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I swear.
Oh, gosh. This is tough now. Those are the 2 I had at the top. Let's see. Oh, gosh, who do I take? I think I got to take Mitch Purse.
That was going to be my next one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could have went with another central forward since the stairs off the board, but all right, we'll see what happens. Okay, Amanda, you go up. You're next.
Okay. This is tough. Do I go with the defender, midfielder, forward? I think we go with Emily Sonnet. I think she would be good in this game.
Yeah.
Good defender.
That is a good choice. That is an excellent choice. What do you got, Jenna?
I'm going Jess Carter. Same.
Ooh.
We're going the same. Me and Amanda are on the same wavelength here.
All right, now you're forcing me to take a defender.
Yeah.
I was gonna take a defender for a little while, but I gotta take Tierna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to. Amanda, you're up.
Okay. Next. I think I'm gonna go with Lily Real.
All right. This is interesting. Okay. So you got your 2 defenders locked in. Defense first. Okay, Jenna, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with Jalen Howell.
That's my pick. You killed me. Killing me. Oh, with Jalen out. Oh man, that's tough. Midfielders are trying to get short here. I got to go with Jaden Shaw. I got to take.
Yeah. I
yeah.
figured she was going next.
Yeah. Okay, Amanda, what do you got?
I'll go for forward this time. Sarah Shapansky.
Okay.
Good one. Good one.
Go on. Somebody's got to get Esther the ball.
I know. All right, let's see. What do I got going on? I got I need a All right, I'm going to healthy Ella Stevens.
Okay. I need a forward.
Yeah, that's where
gosh.
Rose in midfielder, but like,
Yeah.
that's where I was too.
Do I go with Jace and I just gotta go with a power lineup and just go with Jace? But I think the fans will discount my lineup because I think the fans are turning on Jace for a little bit. I don't know. Maybe. Oh gosh. All right, I'm going with Jace.
Yeah, I agree. I think I like her.
Yeah, I do too. Who do you got, Amanda?
I think I might have to pick a goalie now and go with Berger.
Damn, that's what I was gonna do.
Oh man, 5th round. Okay, okay, Jenna.
All right, going my girl Mandy Freeman.
Okay.
Gotta lock down that back line. Jess and Mandy.
Yeah, that's good.
Got it on lock.
So now you guys are locked down on defense. I can play around with defense. Okay. It's probably gonna be Bernina. Let's see. I need another attacker. I might go with. I'm gonna go with Gabby.
Okay. I think I need a central midfielder, so I'll go with Hasbo.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. What do I need? I have 2 defenders, a striker, and 2 midfielders. So I definitely need another midfielder. Oh, this is tough, actually. So between Kaya, Taryn, and Sophia. I know you have Kaya as a forward, but she can also play in the midfield.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go Kaya. She just signed her extension. She's got that great goal she scored.
Yeah. All right. So what do I have? I still need a defender and a goalkeeper, so I got to go defender. I'm going to go Bernina. Gonna have some fun. I'm like.
Hey, you got all the Brazilians.
I know. Yeah.
Brazil FC over there.
So who's your final pick?
Ooh, okay. So far I have Esther, Sonnet, Lily, Sarah, Anne, and Hasbo.
Oh, okay. Good lineup.
So one more, maybe winger. Okay, I'll go Kay Stengel.
I'm impressed. You got a very strong
I'm a Katie
lineup
Stengel truther. I think I was actually really excited for her to come back. I think she's really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Fits in the team well. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to do.
You need a goalkeeper.
Oh, God. Shelby or Ryan. This is actually tough.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Ryan for the vibes. She finally got her first start. She's looking good. She's hilarious. It's going to be a good team.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put these to the fans and see who they vote as the best 7 team. I don't know.
This is tough.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. This just shows you how, talented Gotham's roster is. We can do 3 full 7s and still feel like we're all pretty strong.
Because even let's see who's still on the board. Taryn Torres, who I feel like even though we said no injuries, I feel like we were all it was still in the back of our minds. Yes. Sophia Cook, who's been really, really good, but just hasn't gotten a ton of minutes, so it's kind of hard to say. And similar with Kayla Durant, she's so new. We haven't seen a lot of her yet. But otherwise, that was hard down to the last pick. Even the goalkeepers, I was struggling.
Yeah. Poor Mac with him. Poor Mac.
Oh, and Mac. Aw, the baby. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we will see you all next week. What does next week look like besides what's the game after the Portland game? Got that schedule.
They only have 3 more home games.
I know. Wow. Yep. So Sunday after that. So we got a week. So we got some time. Okay, cool. So we will be back next week. Check our YouTube page for our second outside the box interview with Brooklyn FC's GM. I'm excited about that, and we will see you all soon. Let's go.